TikTok filters. I'm sure if you've logged onto the app at any point, you have come across a variety of beauty filters, and today we're gonna be recreating those beauty filters in real life. I've chosen a few of my favorites, and we're gonna see if we can replicate them using makeup or if we should just stick to using the filters. Also, thank you to Scentbird for being the sponsor of today's video. I'm a huge fragrance person, okay? Not to toot my own horn, but I always smell good. That's because I have a decent perfume collection going, a lot of it thanks to Scentbird, so I'm really excited to get into that a little bit more with you guys. First, I wanna make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I'll make the videos, you'll watch the videos. It's a great relationship bestie, okay? Just subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I've always been a huge fragrance person, but I specifically remember this one TikTok talking about how for every special event, she will wear a new perfume. So then afterwards, whenever she wears that scent, the smell of it like brings back the memories of that event. And I was like, oh my God, that's actually like genius, because we all know that feeling. So after that, I was definitely more inspired to like expand my collection. And Scentbird is an amazing way to do that because it's a fragrance subscription service. So it gives you the opportunity to shop from like over 600 brands. There's designer scents in there, indie brands. So instead of buying a new full-size bottle for every special event, or I know a lot of people like to change the fragrance along with the seasons, you join Scentbird and you can get a 30-day supply of any new fragrance that you pick out. And it's a decent amount to figure out if you like it or not. If you want to invest in the full-size bottle, you can afterwards. But it's also just great if you love collecting and trying out new fragrances, because then you don't have to commit to the full thing. So I got 3 scents this month and I'm excited about all of them. They all smell so good. Like I gravitate more towards really like girly, flirty, more floral scents. Anything with vanilla in it, coconut, like that's totally my speed. I got Rachel Zoe's Empowered. Oh my God, it smells so good. Every time I smell it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I love that. You twist it, open it up, you can take the whole vial out and see how much is in there, see the name of the perfume. Comes with a little note card to tell you what's in the perfume. It's got jasmine, coconut, vanilla, so like everything I love. I got the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Noir. This is a really popular one, so I was really excited to try it this month. It's got berries, vanilla, caramel, honeysuckle, and gardenia. If you like a sweet perfume, you would love this one. My favorite this month is Oscar de la Renta's Bella Essence. You guys, this just smells like I'm vacationing in Italy. Grapefruit, rose, vanilla, like it just smells so romantic. I'm obsessed with it. So those are all the fragrances I got this month. It's a super flexible subscription. You can cancel at any time. You pick out whatever fragrances you want. If you don't know what you want, you can take their online quiz. But you could also upgrade if you want 2 or 3 fragrances, which sometimes it's nice to do because they do have unisex options on there and colognes. So if you want a gift to your significant other, whoever, there's lots of options on there if you don't want to like spend it on yourself that month, you know? So yeah, of course, the link will be in the description for you guys. To join, you can use my code Sylvia Gani. They will give you 30% off your first month. So don't forget to use that if you are just signing up. Thank you, Scentbird, for that. Also, can we comment down below like what your go-to scent is? I would love to try your guys' favorite scent. Moving on to testing some filters. The jelly filter. This one's probably my favorite one just because it's the most natural looking. I'm not really a huge fan of the filters that like change your features too much. You know, they're very tempting, but no. I feel like we should try and embrace our natural beauty a little bit. It adds a little bit of lip color, some lashes, a little bit of color around the eyes, some blush. Yeah, I feel like I have a good idea of what we can do. Going in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer and Setting Spray. This will give us some hydration. It's not called the jelly look for nothing, okay? Now I'm gonna take my go-to foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way, but I'm gonna mix it with the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Primer. This is a really hydrating primer. It's amazing. And I'm mixing them because this filter does smooth out your skin, but it doesn't give you much like added coverage. So mixing it with this primer is just gonna sheer it out a bit and give us more of like a tinted moisturizer vibe. So natural. Look at that. Hydrated, natural, masking, but better filtered vibes. So this is just a great hack for those days that you don't really want something too full coverage. Mix your foundation with your moisturizer or your primer. It'll sheer it right out and still look amazing. Best hack. Going in with the NARS Naturally Radiant Concealer. It's a couple shades lighter than my foundation. I feel like the filter does kind of brighten your under eye. The nose is contoured and highlighted, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply that there, a little bit here. Also gonna just wash that over my lids. We're gonna go in with the Glowish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. Still looks very skin-like, almost like it could pass as a cream, so it won't take away from our glow. It's also really buildable, so it starts off really natural and then you can layer it if you want to, but we want it natural for this look. And I'm actually gonna blend that a little bit downwards. We want our cheeks to look nice and full, not like super chiseled. Just give us some nice fullness, a little bit of a color to them. Turning the filter on and off, you can see it does kind of make your nose smaller, so there's definitely a nose contour situation going. And I'm actually actually gonna take that bronzer and just take a bigger, fluffier brush and apply it on either side. See how softly that's contoured my nose? That's what we're going for. For blush, I'm going in with Makeup by Mario's Raspberry Blush Stick. This is probably the best part about this filter. It's got the cutest blush, very youthful, and I feel like it has blush kind of just all along the cheek area. Actually take the blush and bring it all the way up. I've never tried this before, but the filter does that. It almost like blends into the grungy eyeshadow. And we'll also take a bit of that blush along the sides of her forehead. When I put my hand over the filter, you can see that the eyebrows are filled in a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows, but I'm just gonna do them like I normally do them. For eyeshadow, the filter has almost like a blush shade. We're using the Transition palette from Gani Cosmetics. I feel like the shade Blushing will be perfect. I'm gonna kind of line my upper lashes with that. Oh yeah, this is the perfect shade for this. I'm kind of smudging it out almost as like a cat eye little wing here. And we're really gonna go ham on our lower lash line because that is the key thing about the jelly look, is it just like gives you bags. Cute bags. For falsies, I'm using these MAC Cosmetics lashes. They were limited edition, so I'm not sure what they are. Before we do that, I'm just gonna apply some mascara. I wish I could have found my brown ColourPop mascara. It's super natural looking and that would have been like perfect for this. And I'm making sure to use clear lash adhesive. If we use the black one, it might make our lash line a little too dramatic. Let's apply. Both lashes are on. They look great. Moving on to highlight, I'm using the Maybelline Master Chrome Molten Rose Gold. It's a little bit of a pink tint to it, which is perfect because the jelly look is just so rosy and pink all around. So this will give us some glow, but keep that pink color. For lips, I'm gonna go ahead and use that bronzer and we're gonna just apply a bit of that on my Cupid's bow because the filter makes your upper lip look so full. So we'll give ourselves a little shadow there, give the illusion of fuller lips. For lip liner, I'm gonna use Laura Mercier's Rosewood. The filter doesn't have a defined lip liner at all, but it does kind of smudge out your Cupid's bow and make your Cupid's bow look more full. So I'm gonna apply this really lightly, almost as if it's kind of like smudged and really not lining the rest of my lips. Okay, wow, yeah, that's working perfectly. Our upper lip looks way fuller. Now using the Dior lip oil in the shade Rosewood as well. Oh my God, what a coincidence. The filter does give you like a glossy lip, so this will be perfect. And this has such a subtle tint because it's a lip oil. We are done the jelly filter in real life. What do you guys think? I love it. I feel like I wouldn't normally do my makeup this way if I wasn't trying to recreate this filter, and it looks so natural and like so youthful. It definitely gives you like baby face. So cute. Next, we're recreating the faux freckle filter. It gives you hazel eyes, a lot of freckles. So we're gonna work with what we have here and just build on it. We're gonna give ourselves a little bit of a more full coverage base. This will also cover up all that blush and everything that we have. I'm gonna take off my lip. This filter does highlight a bit more than the jelly filter, especially on the nose. It's like heavily highlighted and contoured. Blend that out. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna stick with the Transition palette from Gani Cosmetics. This time, we're gonna use the brown shades. Going in with Caramel. For the jelly look, we were basically just lining our lashes. This one, we're blending out into our outer corner. Now taking the shade Mocha, and I'm gonna just pack that on my outer corner of my lash line and wing it out. Do a little bit of that caramel brown, just run it along my lower lash line. And I think I'm gonna keep these lashes on as well. I feel like they work for both looks. This filter also does give you blush, but it's matte and it's a little bit more muted than the jelly filter. Going in with Makeup by Mario's Creamy Peach Powder Blush. It's matte too because this filter doesn't give you as much of a glow. Like just along your cheeks and across your face, right in the center. And I'm actually gonna put a lot of that on the sides of my nose. Camera stopped recording, don't know when. I first went in with Freck to create the smaller freckles that are more natural looking. It's a stamping liquid freckle tool, so it's easy to just pat in with your finger. And then I went in with the ColourPop Freckle pen. It's a little bit of a thicker tip and it creates bigger freckles that are a little more prominent, so I went in with that to layer over top. This look has a lot of big freckles just all along, like the T-zone, just kind of everywhere. Now we're gonna bronze using the Glowish Huda Beauty bronzer once again, but this time we're gonna layer it quite a bit because we want it to be a little bit more intense. And putting a little bit of that on my actual cheeks as well, and a lot on the sides of my nose, because this is just a sun-kissed look. Like, we need a lot of bronzer around my forehead. And the nose contour in this is super sculpted, so we are building it a lot more than the jelly look. It definitely gives you a button nose, so we're gonna just rake up that bridge of our nose right there and turn it into a little circle. Like a little button nose. Yeah, there we go. My nose is already round AF, so it could be the filter, it could just be my nose, I don't know. For highlight, I'm going in with Makeup by Mario's Golden Soft Glow Highlighter, and that golden shimmer is gonna be perfect because this is definitely like a sun-kissed filter. Emphasizing that nose highlight like crazy on the tip. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put more freckles on the tip of my nose because the filter has so many. Just re-emphasizing some of those freckles. For lips, I feel like Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk will be perfect for this. And I'm gonna just dab that on my lips because again, it's not a very defined lip in the filter. Now let's use Charlotte Tilbury's iconic nude lip pencil. I'm gonna do the same kind of technique as the first filter and just kind of smudge our Cupid's bow to make it look a little fuller. That looks okay, but I think the lip needs to be a little bit more like red, less pink. I'm gonna just barely put some of that on to hopefully just change the tone of our lip a little. All right, I feel like that looks pretty close to the filter. Last step is contacts. Be right back. You guys, that was a bad idea. My eyes will not stop watering, but they look so good, but it feels so bad. All that hard work is going to waste. Oh my God, this would be a good like actor's hack to get yourself to start crying. Just put contacts in. But here we are, the final look. Sacrificing my eyeballs for this. What do we think? Huh? Huh? Pretty close? With, without, without. I think it turned out great. I like it. I'm feeling the freckles. There are a lot of freckles though. Like if you don't naturally have freckles and then you just show up like this one day, like people are gonna know, you know? But it's a filter. It's a filter in real life. It's fine. The last filter we're recreating is called Glow Look. It is definitely the most glam, the most dramatic. It gives you blue contacts, a lot of eyeshadow, falsies. You basically don't even need to wear makeup if you're using this filter because it gives you all the makeup. Again, we're gonna work with what we have. I'm just gonna take off my lips. We'll take off the lashes because we're gonna use more dramatic ones. And this filter does have freckles, but it's a lot less than the freckle filter. So we're gonna take our foundation and just go over the areas that don't really have freckles. Like around the mouth, I don't see much freckles. Between our eyebrows, kind of on our forehead, I'm not seeing many freckles. And then the freckles that it does have are a lot less prominent. So I just did a light layer of foundation over that. And it's fine that we're adding 10 layers of foundation at this point because this is the most glam filter. So if there's any time to go full coverage, it's now. I'm gonna add a cream contour to my cheeks. We want a nice sculpted, full glam contoured face using Makeup by Mario's light medium contour stick. Let's just wet our face a little bit with some setting spray since Lord knows we got tons of layers on here. We want it to blend. And along our forehead, just layering it, making it a little bit more intense. And we'll really chisel out our nose for this filter. Now let's go in with the Benefit Hoola bronzer and we'll set that cream contour, but also just add that warmth, make it a little more glam, more dramatic. For blush, I'm going in with Makeup by Mario's Plum Berry. I'm just realizing how much Makeup by Mario I'm using in this video, but like, it's fine, we love him. The whole tone of this filter is just very dark, kind of berry tones. So I feel like this will work really well. And we'll just apply that all along our nose and our cheeks. We'll use Freck for the freckles because they're way more natural and like blended in for this filter. We'll just keep them just kind of centralized right here. It's not kind of all over our face like the freckle filter. The highlight is very dramatic. So we're gonna go in with the Diamond Bomb How Many Carats from Fenty Beauty. This is like a glitter icy highlight. We'll use that on our nose. Moving on to eyes, this filter definitely has the most dramatic eye look. We're gonna stick with the palette that we've been using. I'm gonna mix the shades Toffee and Chai, and we're gonna create kind of a brown, kind of burgundy, smoky eye. Just placing it all over the lid. As there's less product on the brush, I'm gonna do the inner corner. Then we're gonna concentrate most of the pigment on the outer corner. And really blend it out and up to our brow. We'll bring that shadow to our lower lash line as well, just like the filter. Next, we're using Stila's Stay All Day, a waterproof eyeliner in a brown, because this filter gives you a brown liner. It's like almost not that noticeable because of the lashes, but it's definitely there. Running a thin line of that along my lashes. For lashes, the filter has almost like pointy, wet looking lashes. So I'm using Morphe's Hypnotic Lashes. I'm gonna apply some mascara, then apply the lashes, be right back. For lips, we're doing the same bronzer trick as the other filters, just putting some bronzer above our Cupid's bow. The filter turns your lips kind of like a deep berry color almost. So I'm gonna use the shade Whirl from MAC, doing some extra smudging on my Cupid's bow. I feel like that's pretty close. Time for blue contacts. There we go, contacts are in. Of course, my eyes are still watering. I just can't do contacts, you guys. But what do we think? This was probably the most dramatic transformation, especially with the blue contacts, but I think we did a pretty good job. So those are all of the TikTok beauty filters that we are recreating. Let me know down below which one was your favorite. Another huge thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring us today. Make sure to go check them out. Link is in the description. That's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.